Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Natalia here at Divinity Inspires. I am an intuitive astrologer, spirit guide channel, tarot reader. If you're familiar with my channel, you know that I am here and on a mission to help individuals align with their inner power through astrology, navigating your life with greater purpose, and activating our spiritual gifts, understanding our internal blueprint and how it interacts with the world. Today, we're going to talk about the new moon in Aries and how you can work with this energy in your business and relationships. We're going to be exploring emotional identity, self-trust, aligned action, and recognizing our power and how astrology is for everyone. And it is about how we choose to reflect in our inner world, making peace with it so we can grow on a deeper level and expand. So let's get into it. If you are feeling more sensitive than usual or noticing a deeper urge to step into yourself, this Aries new moon is speaking directly to change. This new moon is teaching us how to utilize our raw power, raw sensitivities. We are working with the energy of Chiron. Chiron is in Aries at 26 degrees conjunct the sun. Emotional wounds that were hidden are coming to the surface to be seen and felt. Neptune in Aries is even bringing dreams that might appear very intense to ask us the deeper questions to be emotionally aware. So, where in your life are you feeling more sensitive than usual? What emotions have been coming up that feel immediate, intense, or familiar, specifically around old memories of rejection, not being chosen, or having to fight for your individuality and being seen? This time is a reset of identifying where those sensitivities have called us into our deeper power to claim that authority and to activate identity and self-trust. Now, where is it you are being asked to be fully yourself? When we are working with Aries energy, there sometimes can be a concept of herding cats. Everyone is so individual that we don't want to reflect, copy. We want to be the most authentic us. In this moment in time, how can you embrace taking aligned action to just put yourself into a place of self-acceptance and trust with your body, with your image, with your voice, and your personal authority? Leadership is not taught, it is learned by embodying what your mission is. No one can teach you how to be yourself, right? You can learn how to lean into your power, leaning into your natural gifts, your inclinations. But during this time, we're putting ourselves into the forefront, not asking for permission to fit into spaces that do not serve us. What new spaces, new opportunities and connections are you actually able to use this fire energy for? We have several planets in a fire sign. Saturn has entered Aries for a 2.5-year cycle, Neptune for a 14-year cycle. This is the first new moon with both of these planets in Aries in quite some time. So when we're thinking about how do we initiate and really embrace our personal directive to honor, no amount of fear is meant to knock us out of our truth. So what do I mean by that? Fear comes in as a motivation at times to signal to our higher self, where is it that we want to take what we were once afraid of and alchemize courage. Courage cannot come about unless there is something that we are afraid to face. Courage requires us to move through the discomfort. Courage asks us to put ourselves in the arena that we might feel we're not ready for, but our spirit is saying, do you want to grow to the size of your container? There's this concept that koi fish can only grow to the size of their environment. Same thing with certain plants in potting arenas. So when we think of your personal strength in your business relationships or your environments where you're showing up as yourself, as an entrepreneur, as a teacher, as a guide, self-proclaimed skill is not enough. It's life initiating you with the experience that puts you in a place to position yourself with your courage, with your know-how and your skills, and to step into a grounded form of leadership. In your exchanges with people, this can look like you're starting to adapt a higher awareness of your authority and how you stand in your medicine. With our friendships, this can mean you're asking for a higher level of accountability and integrity in your relationships, as well as fair exchange that allows each person to shine in their own light. In our love relationships, when we're working with this new moon Aries energy, which is actually with Saturn, Neptune, Mars now in Aries as well, and Chiron's still hanging in there. These planets are all emphasizing different motivations. Neptune brings us the motivation of our spirituality. In the sign of Aries, it allows us to become a leader in our own truth and to challenge fear or illusions that no longer serve us and to be okay with ruffling some feathers. Aries is not known for its peaceful demeanor. And sometimes for you to stand in your medicine, you're going to make some waves. Don't be afraid to be the one to do it. And this is coming from the fire and the medicine of embracing that. To make a fire, we have to chop some wood, right? So in life, action in our relationships, action in our business sectors. When we take an initiative to put ourselves into the light, we are aligning that we are ready to expand. And so in this time, allow yourself to be comfortable with the discomfort of growing. That discomfort right on the other side of it is the blessing of how big we can get, how strong we can learn that we are. You know, if you only ever lift the 25-pound weight, you'll never know you could lift the 45, right? So it's giving yourself an incremental increase. And this concept actually about increasing the weights, think of it like Saturn is our planet of discipline, karma, and hard work that pays off over time. Being in Aries right now in the early degrees, though this new moon is in the later degrees of the 27th and Saturn is currently at the 7th, there's still an emphasis on steadying your action with grounded authority that you have been practicing. This is not just throw it at the wall. Aries energy helps us activate the initiative, but Saturn says you need to maintain that discipline. You have to focus that in. It's like throwing a ball at the wall each time, aiming a little bit higher, but you are consistently giving yourself the place to put yourself to try, to embrace, to ask yourself what it actually means to develop your skills and to trust each time how you bet on yourself. In our love relationships, right now, there's a time of really seeing our partners for their actions. Their words, their mirrors, that's not enough. It's the action of showing up in consistent effort to dedicate your time, dedicate your fire, your spark, your lust, your compassion, your playfulness, your desire, your sexuality. Aries is ruled by the planet of Mars. Mars is connected to our sexuality and our sex drive, how we embrace our carnal nature, the ability of emphasizing the warrior, being strong in our vessel. This is a time of embracing your ability to step into new challenges and to not fear the shadows of competition. It's not focusing on what's happening necessarily around you. Yes, there's an awareness of not overmingling with frequencies that are lower. There is a concept that iron sharpens iron. Our love relationships are meant to test us in certain ways to help elevate our ability to see ourselves more clearly. So where is it in your business partnerships and your love relationships? They actually overlapped in the 7th house sector of business and marriage. In Western astrology, it gives us a focus on contracts. So right now, if you are a Libra rising, Aries is transiting your 7th house of relationships and mirrors with other people. So the emphasis on who you're partnering with, why those relationships are beneficial to you, and what they actually help you evolve in yourself by identifying where you want to lean more into your own independence. Now, what I would recommend for individuals who feel a little bit abrasive at this time, because Aries energy is not necessarily for the faint of heart. It asks us to be courageous. It asks us to take the deeper breath, to sit in our medicine a bit more, to really stand in that raw power. And it is a time for us to embrace that change gives us the opportunity to break what was once comfortable and to tread a new path. So this is the period where we are allowing ourselves to put ourselves first and say, I'm ready to lean in. I look forward to learning about what each of you has been working on in resetting and initiating for your own life and your partnerships. Definitely share it with me in the comments below. I'd love to know that. It really sparks me so much to see my clients growing and interacting with their world with a more conscious awareness of their inner power. You honestly inspire me. So thank you for being here and embracing this medicine as well. And I look forward to seeing what these shifts are going to look like in this next month as we move through the end of April. We will have a planet, Uranus, entering Gemini for a 7-year transit. It has been in Taurus for the last 7 years. There's been a lot of shifts surrounding stability, finances, how we have to suddenly make changes for large financial investments. As it moves into Gemini, we're going to see some shifts in our social relationships, how we communicate and work with technology. So we're going to be entering a whole new arena of information, which is going to be important because there's a lot of information out there and we know about what's been happening in the world and in our politics. And it's time for us to take our courage, take our inner light, take our leadership, and know that being of service and sharing your light, it can and does have an effect on the global scale. It has an effect in humanity. Being you, aligning to your medicine, remembering your power, remembering your gifts, it actually has an effect. And it's more than a few drops in the ocean. It is a consciousness wave, and we are being activated, each of us, in our own missions to stand in that power and pull out the big guns and believe that you can do what you're here to do. And I am giving you and sending so much of this light to you. For those of you who've stayed with me in this journey, thank you. And let me know in the comments below. Follow me on Instagram, and I will be teaching my intuitive classes on the astrology and intuitive gift circle. This is an emphasis on us growing our gifts, stepping into aligned purpose, practicing them, utilizing tarot, understanding the chakra systems, working on our meditations, being able to really trust your inner sense, whatever your gifts are. However they come to the table, each person is so uniquely given a beautiful blueprint that helps us grow and expand in this lifetime. And if you're interested in knowing more about those classes, you can message me on Instagram. They will be at the Chakra Shack. We have a series of 6 so far. The first one will be starting on May 22nd, and we will have the last one on August 7th, but we will likely open a second cohort later. You do not need to attend all of the classes. Of course, I would recommend that as we're developing new skill sets, they will build on others in different classes. There will be 40 per class, and it will be on Fridays. The first one, again, May 22nd, and it will be from 8:15 to 9:30 in Laguna Beach. And I'm looking forward to seeing you. If you appreciated this information, let me know, subscribe and share. And if you're interested in booking a private session with me, my website is at Divinity Inspires, but I also read in physical locations here in Laguna Beach, as well as in Laguna Hills if you're looking to see me in person. But I am wishing you so much light. Thank you for being here with me again.